don't know how much gauze you need, how much tape you need, so sometimes you just have to take extra and go in and see what you are working with. Just go use it herself. Okay, so anyway, we do all that, wash my hands, then we'll come, knock, 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 come in. All right, I come in, I get my hand sanitizer. Hey, I'm Angela from Baker State College. How are you doing today? Good. Yeah. Can you tell me your name? And your date of birth?
Carl, be our voice.
Exactly the person I am looking for. Well, I know they gave you pain medicine about 30 or 40 minutes ago. How's that working for you? Good. So you ready to have your dressing changed? Okay. Well, I've washed my hands, and so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off your old dressing.
No, those are sterile gloves.
No, this is dirty. I mean, a regular glove. So
She dug them out of trash. Been there some while.
Oh, the dirty glasses. Okay. Do you have any allergies? Like, are you allergic to tape, like plastic tape? Latex, iodine. You all right when you eat shrimp? Yeah. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is take this dressing off. Okay, great. So these are an extra small. All right, I'm going to cover you up here as much as possible. Maybe let me lay your head down just a little bit.
On my back.
I know these beds aren't that comfortable.
What if she's allergic to latex?
Then I wouldn't use these kind of gloves. I would go get latex-free gloves.
Oh, we do have those. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start doing a little tape pulling, okay? So what I do is I put a finger or two here and kind of press against the skin as I pull the tape up. When I get the one side done, I press the tape down so it doesn't just fall right back down and re-stick to them. Then I go again to the other pieces. Doing great. Okay.
Just for the purposes so we can see, can you pull the blanket? Yeah, so we can actually see.
Yeah,
what
that's
you're
what
doing.
you want. Don't be distracted by nothing else now.
All right, so here we're pulling it on off. Almost done. Just one more piece. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull it up. Okay. And I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see how much drainage we have. Is it like a quarter size? Does it look like softball size? You know, is there 4 galls on here and they're all saturated? And I'm going to describe the color, if there's any smell, something like that. Then I'm going to assess the wound. Looks good. The wound bed is pink and moist. Okay, you're doing great. I fold this up and I grab my glove and I put this inside of my glove. Then I would put this in the trash can. I would go and I would wash my hands again. Okay. Now, pull my tray a little closer so I can have my little area here for us. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is, first of all, and our order is going to be, we're going to do a wet to dry pressing, and we're going to use normal saline. Okay, whenever you have a bottle, if the bottle has been opened before, you have to check the date on it to make sure that the date is still good. Most facilities allow it to be used within 30 days, but you'll have to check each facility's policy. Some could be a week or whatever. If it has been opened up before, what you have to do is take the lid off, and you have to do what's called lipping, L-I-P-P-I-N-G, and that means you pour a little bit of it off into the trash can. Okay, so you're rinsing the lid off. All right, so what I'm going to do first here is I am going to open up my dressing tray. All facilities are not going to have a dressing tray. Some facilities, you just have to go get your supplies. In fact, I cannot remember the last time in probably 15 years that I've seen a dressing tray other than at this place. They just don't have them. They're too expensive. Okay, so I go ahead and take this off and get this out of my way. Because if I put my gloves on first, then I can't touch that to open it up, okay? So now I'm ready to open my sterile gloves. Trash. This is our little bag, which we could have used at the beginning. We could have put our soiled stuff in here.
So we can touch that with the other gloves.
For sterile.
I'm talking about, we can touch that bag to get the stuff when we have on our sterile gloves.
It's sterile. Yeah, you could have touched it.
I'm fine.
All right, so I'm gonna spread out my sterile field here, my little drape. Again, 1 inch margin on this. Leslie, would you move that bottle of water for me, please? 1 inch margin. Oh, I just broke sterile field. All right, so I'm gonna move this in. Now I'm gonna take my items out of here. Put them on my tray over here, my sterile field. Leslie, could you lip that a little bit into that bag and then pour me a little bit into my sterile field, being careful not to reach over my sterile.
Someone's not there, how would you grab out what?
Somebody will be there because I'll be there, nobody else. A little more, please. Very good, thank you so much. So now, I'll take one of these gauze tweezers, and we are going to, okay, we're going to say that little red circle there is our wound, okay? So I'm going to start at the very inside, and I'm going to work my way out.
Would that still be considered in your line of sight, your sterile
Yeah,
field?
I'm right here. All right, so we've cleaned that, okay? So now we are going to put this moist gauze on top of it. I'm still sterile, so I don't need these anymore. These have touched her body, so I don't want to put them back on my sterile field.
So instead of picking it up with the tweezers to grab it, do it.
Well, I needed to wring it out, so it would be really hard with the tweezers.
So, but since
I can just put my hand
the
in there.
tweezers touched her with that, right, sterile field, if you just didn't touch it and you touched her sterile ones with it.
If I touch the part that I touched her with,
Okay, so we took and you cleaned it,
Mhm.
and you put the nasty right there, and you took the same tweezers and you picked up the other balls,
I could do that if I wanted to. Yes, I could do that.
so it would not fix it.
But I wouldn't put it back on my sterile field.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so now I've got that on there. Now I'm gonna put my ABD pad on here. Okay. At this point, I don't have to be sterile anymore, okay? Because she's covered. But what I usually do at this point is I will take my gloves off. sanitizer, whatever, get me a pair of clean gloves, and then I'll, while I have my clean gloves on, I'll put my tape on. I use as little of tape as possible, but enough to do the job. Okay, I usually put one down the middle and one on each end, if at all possible. Okay, like in her case, see, it would be in her pubic hair. That would be very uncomfortable, so, you know, if I wasn't worried about her getting up or anything like that, I would try to come up with a different plan because that would really hurt. Hospital wax job is not ideal. Okay, you know, you can also tear your tape before and put it on the side here, like this, so you can just grab it up and go. You can do that if you bring your own tape in before you ever get sterile. You know, you don't necessarily have to use the tape that was in this package. You can bring in just a roll of tape. As a nurse, you'll always have tape on you. You'll have paper tape, plastic tape, whatever kind of tape you can find, you'll have with you. All right, questions about